So, Gavran, please, take it away.
Thank you. So, as Peggy said, I'm Gavran. I'm one of the very few French filkers. We can't do a circle yet, we are only up to the line. And thank you for having me here. It's my first concert out of Germany, where I did my first toddling steps out into filkhood. So, since we've had a lot of circles lately, I'll be trying to sing exotic songs to you, meaning songs from my side of the Atlantic, in the hopes that you won't have heard them all too often. So I'll begin by bringing you all to my side of the continent, to Germany, with the Evil Able by Dr. Sib Mahat, except since I can't do her shticks, it will be Shannon Maguire's remix to the tune of Blake Davis Ride by Cynthia McQuillan. The Evil Able is coming for you. There's not a damn thing that you can do. He'll get his ring and the good times are through. Call it a legend, but you know it's true. Evil, what do you dream? Are you an overlord making them scream? Are you the master of all that you behold? Or do you dream of a circle of gold? He had a body before things went wrong, and he was wicked, and oh, he was strong. But that was years ago, and the years have been so long, and now the ring's bound back where it belongs. Evil, what do you dream? Are you an overlord making them scream? Are you the master of all that you behold? Or do you dream of a circle of gold? The plans are made and the battle lines are drawn. He will bring back everything the hero said was gone, and all the people of the world will be his pawns. The night is coming, and there won't be a dawn. Evil, what do you dream? Are you an overlord making them scream? Are you the master of all that you behold? Or do you dream of a circle of gold? The plans were perfect, no way that they could fail, a bitter ending to all their pretty tales. But now the silver ships of the war the west all sail. Mordor has fallen, and horrid good prevails. Evil, what did you dream? Were you an overlord making them scream? Were you the master of all that you beheld? Or did you dream of a circle of gold? A circle of gold. And after this very sad song about the greatest of the ring bearers, we have to sing something a bit more upbeat. So I remain in Germany, and I remain with doctors. This is Dr. Alexa Klettner's song, Damien's Gone. The tune is Delia's Gone by Karl Silberdorf and Dick Topes. Damien, oh Damien, Damien, what a guy. If he was still around, by now he'd have won the Nobel Prize. But Damien's gone, one more round, Damien's gone. He came from Australia, right into our lab, and he was so fantastic. Compared, we were just crap. But Damien's gone, one more round, Damien's gone. He was a great worker, worked 50 hours straight. My boss cancelled my vacation, and I had to stay in late. But Damien's gone, one more round, Damien's gone. My boss had just loved him, they went out and had fun. I worked hard, got disappointed, then I got a gun. Now Damien's gone, one more round, Damien's gone. I looked for him all morning, of course he wasn't there. But later, in the dark room, I tied him to a chair. Now Damien's gone, one more round, Damien's gone. First time I shot him in the side. It was hard to watch him suffer, so with the second shot, he died. Now Damien's gone, one more round, Damien's gone. No one really missed him, and I got away because I took his body and prepared lots of DNA. And Damien's gone, one more round, Damien's gone. So if your colleague's devilish, you can quit and run. Or you can bring him down and do him like Damien got down. Damien's gone, one more round, Damien's gone. Damien's gone, one more round, Damien's gone. Gone. And just in case of doubt, there was no Damien disappearing from my lab, none at all. And the ones who disappeared just got promoted away. And well, it's the usual thing with nasty colleagues, you know, they go up in the hierarchy and you stay back. Just don't ask Alexa about Damien. One never knows. So, still in Germany, still with cherry songs. This one is by Tessile, FILK, who kind of pulled back out of FILKhood for a while. She's writing now under a real name of Maya Eilish. She's well known for her cherry songs, at least one of which does not mention death, murder, plague, or anything of the like. It's not the song I will be singing. This one is called Mein Tod. I'll give a raw translation later. It's a bit like Black Water for the US Filkers, except with more poetry. It's also kind of a love song to death. Ich traf meinen Tod im tiefen Keller, so kalt. Da sprach mein Schatz, nimm diese Kohlen, leb wohl, ich hole dich bald. Und ich nahm die Kohlen, der Tod will mich holen, doch heute Nacht schlafe ich warm. Denn wenn du nicht fürchtest, der fürchtet auch dich nicht, der Tod hat dich lieb, bist du arm. Ich traf meinen Tod in meinem Garten, so karg. Da sprach mein Herz, nimm diese Gulden, leb wohl, bald schläfst du im Sarg. Und ich nahm die Gulden, hab ich beim Tod Schulden, ich zahl ihm mein Leben zurück. Denn wenn du nicht fürchtest, der fürchtet auch dich nicht, der Tod hat dich lieb, fällt dir Glück. Ich traf meinen Tod in meiner Kammer, so leer. Da sprach mein Leben, nimm diese Kerzen, leb wohl, bald lebst du nicht mehr. Und ich nahm die Kerzen, verschwunden die Schmerzen, ich fühle nur Frieden und Dank. Denn wenn du nicht fürchtest, der fürchtet auch dich nicht, der Tod hat dich lieb, bist du krank. Ich traf meinen Tod in meinem Herzen allein. Da sprach mein Kind, nimm meine Hände, du stirbst, um bei mir zu sein. Und ich nahm die Hände, und so kam das Ende, vertraut und voll Trost wie ein Kuss. Denn wenn du nicht fürchtest, der fürchtet auch dich nicht, der Tod hat dich lieb bis zum Schluss. And roughly speaking, it's about death being the last refuge, the last friend you have when you're poor, when you're out of luck, when you're ill, or when you're just lonely and have nowhere else to turn to. So a kind of a love song. I live off with a cheery O's right now and also leave Germany. I'll go back to France and Brittany, my part of the world. So Brittany and France have a tense relationship. For a long time, Britain people did not speak French. which meant when generals did something foolish in the First World War, it was easy to pick a Briton soldier, make him a scapegoat, tell he was a German spy, and get him in front of the firing squad before he could understand what was happening and try to defend himself. It went a bit better later. The French government just forbade children to speak Breton, so the kids who spoke Breton in school were corporally punished. So the language mostly disappeared until a revival in the 70s. And this is a song by one of the Breton groups that led the revival of the 70s. I thought about singing in Breton, but the only Breton songs I know are either angry or gloomy. And I thought we have enough of gloom and anger right now. So this one is a love song to the country and a song of resilience and hope, which I find is much better right now. This is called Si mort à mort, and it's in French by the Trian. The air is an Irish traditional tune. Si les matins de grisaille se teintent, s'ils ont couleur en la nuit qui s'éteint, viendront le pâle lendemain, reviendront les siècles d'or, 100 fois 1000 et 1000 aurores encore. Si mort à mort, duchesse, noble dame, s'il n'en sera plus que poudre de corps, d'homme son cœur bordé d'or, reviendront les siècles d'or, 100 fois 1000 et 1000 aurores encore. Si moribonds sont les rois en répaille, si leurs prisons sont des cages sans fond, viennent là des évasions, reviennent les siècles d'or, 100 fois 1000 et 1000 aurores encore. Si mort à mort, duchesse, noble dame, s'il n'en sera plus que poudre de corps, d'homme son cœur bordé d'or, reviendront les siècles d'or, 100 fois 1000 et 1000 aurores encore. Si 1000 soleils de métal prennent voile, 10 000 soleils de cristal font merveille, viennent les lueurs de vermeil, reviennent les siècles d'or, 100 fois 1000 et 1000 aurores encore. Si mort à mort, duchesse, noble dame, s'il n'en sera plus que poudre le corps, d'homme son cœur bordé d'or, reviendront les siècles d'or, 100 fois 1000 et 1000 aurores encore. Si 1000 brigands à l'encan font partage, 10 000 enfants des torrents font argent, viennent les fleurs de safran, reviennent les siècles d'or, 100 fois 1000 et 1000 aurores encore. Si mort à mort, duchesse, noble dame, s'il n'en sera plus que poudre de corps, d'homme son cœur bordé d'or, reviendront les siècles d'or, 100 fois 1000 et 1000 aurores encore. And I should think about drinking every now and then, it would help. So that's also a love song to the country. The chorus is about the Duchess Anne of Brittany, who was kind of blackmailed into marrying the King of France and fermented the union between Brittany and France. She was a kid at the time, so a victim, but she also married a second king of France when the first one died, and she was also one of the craftsperson who tried to integrate France and Brittany. So she's used by both sides of the story, whether you want Brittany to be integrated to France or whether you want Brittany to remain something else, something apart with its own identity. So next song is also a French song, well, a song in British, but it's my single FILK song. It's called Residual Legs. It's my advertising time for the books of Max Gladstone, The Craft Sequence, which I really love and recommend. They're all happening in a crappy world, very much like our own, with corporations having too much power, with imperialism, racism, pollution. But the arc of most stories is positive. It's about people trying to find a place in this shitty world and trying to make it a better place. It doesn't always work. This song is about the first two books in the series, Two Serpents Rise and its prequel, First Last Snow. Don't read the prequel first. It's, well, there is a kind of inexorability to it, which you will understand if you read the second book. So, the name is Dresedial Lakes, and the tune is by Ewan McCall. It's Dirty Old Town. I met my love midst a massacre, followed her on lines of power, bled my soul dry, reaching for the sky. In Dresedial Lakes, Dresedial Lakes. So the king in reds tried across the sky, grinning skull and the stars his crown, and the gods died as the quad fell down. In Dresedial Lakes, Dresedial Lakes. By the twin serpents I will scour this town. In blood and fire I'll send out my cry, till the last priest remembers his creed. In Dresedial Lakes, Dresedial Lakes. So much lost to hatred and greed, I spread my soul about in compacts. What I can claim I may also protect. In Dresedial Lakes, Dresedial Lakes. I met my love midst a massacre, opposed her as the city burned, God bearers burning out our souls. Dresedial Lakes, Dresedial Lakes, Dresedial Lakes, Dresedial Lakes. And this song is from the point of view of several of the characters in both two books. Well, I only have the one voice, sorry. Next, since we're in Brittany and Great Britain is not so far, we'll just cross the channel. And my next song is by Zonda Myrand. The tune is Riders on the Storm, and it's a FILK of Before the Dawn by Mike Whitaker. So it's Please Don't Light My Fire. Watcher on the tower, watcher on the tower, this is your darkest hour, that danger will devour. Though your life is in its flower, you face the deadly power. Watcher on the tower. There are rivers on the road, their hoofbeats pounding out the code. Take down your shining blade, let your lantern fade. If these killers pass you by, your countrymen will die. Rivers on the road. God, you've got to love your land. God, you've got to love your land. Make your final stand. Slay this civil band. On you we all depend. Your life is soon to end. God, I love your land. Watcher on the tower. Watcher on the tower. This was your finest hour, but now it's all gone sour. Though your life was in its flower, you faced a deadly power. Watcher on the tower. And this is the end for this guardsman. So, still in Great Britain, um, I've mostly sung songs that were not all that known, I hope. The next one is a classic. It's by Tallis Kimberly, and it's Huffington Hill. And I'll drink a bit more to get a bit more voice before getting into it. I rode a white horse over Huffington Hill, and the moon lit the valley below. Wolves ran ahead of me, scenting the prey, and I followed that track through the snow. The circle of seasons was turning again. Winter would soon lose its hold. But moonlight appeals to me, snow has its charms, my kind do not feel the cold. I rode a white horse over Huffington Hill, the sun was still gilding the land. Slow light was bleeding across from the sea, and I met it with fire in my hand. The circle of seasons was turning again, for all the spring had come late. The quickening air held a promise and more, but my kind are willing to wait. I rode a white horse over Huffington Hill, and the valley was festival dressed. Afternoon meadows, all rich with their fruit, had garlanded me with their best. Queen Summer had stepped from her throne, the circle of seasons went spinning once more. Everything changes, everything dies, but my kind go on as before. I rode a white horse over Huffington Hill, and seemed like a race in the mist. Frost cracking underfoot, everything shone, like the ace of the bird at my wrist. I let fly the falcon to summon the cold. Wolves came to run by my side. The circle of seasons does just as it ought. My kind continue to ride, continue to ride. Oh, continue to ride. And I'm getting close to the end of my allotted time. So it's time to go back to the other side of the ocean. And I'll still borrow one of Shannon Maguire's remixes. This one is Tallis Kimberly's Still Catch the Tide again. But the Shannon Maguire remix to Rolling Town to Old Maui, the Harborside remix. And one glass for the journey. Well, the tale's been told since the days of old by the men who work the sea. Still a silky shoal, and she's in your thrall, as your wife she's bound to be. Though I didn't plan to be such a man, such a tale never can be denied. You are here to go, and yet I loved you so. Now it's time to catch the tide. Oh, you still can catch the tide, my love. Yes, you still can catch the tide. You'll be homeward bound through the South Sea Sound if you run to catch the tide. It was all still dawn, and your light was on, and my heart was filled with dread. When you said goodbye, I didn't ask you why, 'cause your shawl was on the bed. I was cold and I knew the day would come. You'd be off and on your way. You can't hold the wind, and I won't pretend I believed you'd ever stay. Oh, you still can catch the tide, my love. Yes, you still can catch the tide. You'll be homeward bound for the South Sea Sound if you run to catch the tide. I have never lied, though you've been denied all the life you've ever known. If the sea allows, there's a chance somehow you'll forgive the greed I've shown. For I always knew that the tales were true, that you'd live given half a chance. But my choice was made, and my heart betrayed, when I saw the Selkies dance. Oh, you still can catch the tide, my love. Yes, you still can catch the tide. You'll be homeward bound through the South Sea Sound if you run to catch the tide. You've been gone so long, but I hear your song every time the tide roars in. I should move away, but I have to stay. I'm the captive of my sin. I can never live, but can only grieve. Victory is yours, my dear. Oh, the sea is cruel, and I'm twice a fool, and I'm sorry, know you hear. But I'll never catch the tide, my love. No, I'll never catch the tide. I'm forever bound to this dancey sound, and I'll never catch the tide. And that's the end of my set. And it's kind of a farewell song, though that's a good point to stop. And well, thank you again to all the organizers of both conventions. Thank you to Peggy for inviting me. Thank you to FILK Ontario and HELIOSPHERE for having me there. And I'll begin to read the comments just afterwards and respond in the break room, the concert in a few minutes. So thank you.
Thank you, Gavran. That was wonderful. Thank you so much. I have been so blown away by our international concerts this weekend. It